I want to move to your relationship with Mr. Timmy Marimuthu. Do you know Mr. Marimuthu?
Very well.
Controversial Durban businessman Timmy Marimuthu appeared in the Durban Magistrate Court on Wednesday, 12 August 2026, facing multiple charges including trafficking in person, sexual assault, and kidnapping. The 65-year-old was arrested by the Hawks Serious Organized Crime Investigation Team following an intelligence-driven operation linked to the alleged exploitation of 4 young women. The case relates to 4 women from El Dorado Park, Johannesburg, who were allegedly recruited in February 2022 for employment in Durban, selling SIM cards to clients at a private casino. They were promised transportation and accommodation before being transported to a house in Durban North on the 2nd of March 2022, where they allegedly discovered the employment conditions has changed. The women were allegedly told they would instead be subjected to physical sexual exploitation and online platform activities. It is further alleged that Marimuthu, described as the boss or ringleader, visited the property to interview the victims, during which one of the women was allegedly sexually assaulted. One victim later contacted her boyfriend through WhatsApp, prompting police intervention and the rescue of the woman. Marimuthu was arrested on the 11th of August 2026 after Hawks investigators executed a warrant of arrest. He remained in custody, with his bail application expected on the 21st of August. His case includes charges of trafficking in persons, sexual assault, and kidnapping, while investigations into 5 other suspects allegedly linked to the incidents are continuing. This is what Minister General Bheki Cele said when he was asked about his relationship with Timmy Marimuthu in the ad hoc committee.
I want to move to your relationship with Mr. Timmy Marimuthu. Do you know Mr. Marimuthu?
Very well.
So you've obviously met with him, spoken with him, communicated with him. What's the nature of your relationship with Mr. Marimuthu?
Mr. Marimuthu used to be a police officer, I'm told, arrested for drug issues, I'm told. But when I went for transport, I found him at the transport department doing some work. He was specializing on the rural access roads with his contract. That's how I began to know him, that we're working on transport matters. So the talk will be around that. But at the later stage, I did realize that he was quite close with intelligence people. How I did know that is that my relationship was really on a hard rock with Mdluli. And he spoke to me and organized the meeting between me and Mdluli. So I realized that this guy is not an ordinary contract guy. He must be having some. But at the later stage, there was that accusation, which they put me on, of which I did not know, that he has put his relatives, most of them, in the crime in intelligence, of which Mdluli signed. So that's a kind of talking, and that's a kind of relationship that I would have with him.
And do you still speak frequently, or is that in the past?
I think it would be more than 2 years that we haven't spoken.
Okay.
Mpumalanga taxi boss Joe Ferrari Sibanyoni has come under renewed scrutiny after the Madlanga Commission reportedly served him with a Rule 10.6 notice seeking answers on matters linked to the taxi industry. Sibanyoni received the notice last week. According to reports, and could be called to testify before the Madlanga Commission. A Rule 10.6 notice is a formal legal notification issued by the Commission, and it also compels designated persons to respond in writing or make representations regarding specific allegations. The questions reportedly concern matters related to Kwaggafontein and alleged criminal syndicates. His lawyer confirmed receipt of notice to SABC News. The Commission, meanwhile, has maintained that it will not publicly discuss witnesses or their possible appearances unless the issues are addressed during an open hearing. The development adds pressure on Sibanyoni, who is already facing criminal charges in a separate matter. He and co-accused Mvimbi Daniel Masilela, Philmon Msiza, and Oupa Bafana Sindane face charges of extortion and money laundering. Prosecutors alleged that the group demanded more than 2 million rand in protection fees from a businessman between 2022 and 2025. The four were released on bail, but the case remains before the court after the National Prosecuting Authority re-enrolled the charges. Sibanyoni has also been identified as an alleged victim in another case after underworld figure Vusumuzi Ket Matlala allegedly attempted to assassinate him during a 2022 ambush. I first heard the news from Pule Jones, and this is what he said.
ENCA has exclusively learned that a Rule 10.6 notice from the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry has been sent and served to taxi boss Joe Sibanyoni and associate Bafana Sindane. As far as we understand, Sibanyoni will be expected to touch on a number of issues, including his alleged ties to the late taxi boss Jothan Mswazi Msibi and the operations that they had together. We know that Msibi's name is also featured at the commission with alleged ties said to be with Sergeant Fani Nkosi, who's currently behind bars, and other controversial political figures. Mswazi also was allegedly involved in the taxi business. Sibanyoni will also have to speak about Stephen Mutsumi, who we understand is one individual who's a businessman but quite feared. When Major General Lisecha Sinona came to the commission, the former KZN Hawks boss was very fearful and did not want to release the name of Mr. Mutsumi, citing security reasons. Now, what we understand is that the case involving Sibanyoni and, of course, Mr. Sindani, where they're facing charges of extortion and alleged money laundering, is one that will also feature where they have to speak about their case. We know a mining businessman opened a case against him in Mpumalanga, and of course that case was marred by a lot of controversy and had to be re-enrolled after being struck off the roll at some point. So these accused were all released on 50,000 rand bail. What we also know is that the commission has said that it will not be commenting on this particular issue for now, as it does not comment or reveal the identity of witnesses who will be coming to the inquiry or the operations that it's actively busy with. That's what we understand for now. This story is developing, and as more as we get exclusive leads, we'll be sharing with you right here on ENCA Channel 403 DSTV.